Now let's see how to get deeper and get more critical information about my victim that can be very useful while I'm planning for the attack. If I use the following switches, nmap minus small s capital V minus capital O and the IP of my victim. Minus V will capture the banner to help me identify the service running on this machine. And I will also add a minus A. Minus A will make this scanning very aggressive and will get you a much more details about your victim. And then click on enter. So let's see how this aggressive scanning will be different than the regular scanning that we used before. If you remember, in a previous lecture, we used minus capital O to get the operating system. And he didn't identify exactly what operating system. He gave me some choice. He said it may be Windows Service Pack 2 or 3 or Windows Server 2003. So he was not able to get me the exact real operating system. So let's see when we use minus A, what exactly we'll be getting. It usually takes time, around maybe 1 or 2 minutes, depend on how many service the system got. But eventually, let's see the result and let's see, compare between the results that we will be receiving now and before. So as you can see, it took around 90 seconds. Let's see what we got. It's a huge list, and let's see. So as you can see, it got me the port, but now he's getting me not just the service, the version. So here he got an FTP as a service on port 21, but which specific FTP is used. So sometimes you're going to find the product name, or sometimes you're going to find a service that can be helpful for you while you are looking for a weakness to exploit. So now he's not getting just the service, he get me the version. This is the banner grabbing. Okay, so as you can see, those are the first information I was able to get. Then I also have here the remaining port. Let's get down and let's see what else I can get. Let's see this information down here. So we have the computer name, we have the domain name. Domain is company XYZ .local. What else? So more and more information. Just let's get down. Yeah, here you can see that I get this specific operating system. So he knows that this is a Windows Server 2003. He didn't give me this confusion that if it's XP or 2003 or 2000. No, he gave me the exact operating system. This is the domain name. This is the computer name, XYZ. So you don't imagine how important this information is. And later on, you're gonna relate what we are doing now with the attack, and you're gonna see how useful this information is. I don't want you to like understand each single line here, but you need to know that I can get a very detailed information about my target using nmap. The only problem with nmap is that it generates a lot of traffic. I mean, if you do the same command to all the computers in the network, you'll get a huge amount of traffic. You maybe get the network down. So you have to be careful while using nmap, and you have to do that on small scale. Will be very useful if you save the output of this file or the output of this command in a different file. So if I put that, for instance, in victim detail file. You know the sign in Linux mean redirect. I mean, instead of having the output of the command on the screen, I need to have the output of the command on this file. And by doing that, he will scan. It will take the same time, but the output will go to the file. You can even use minus small o capital G. The same way we used that before to save them in a file. So this is another way for using Nmap, and it's very, very useful. One more point I want to raise here, which is, do I need to memorize all this comment? Actually, you don't need. You will memorize them by time, you know, because you're going to keep using them and practice them on different scenarios. But if you don't memorize a specific switch, you can type nmap --help, and this is actually in any Linux command, and it will give you all the switches, and each switch is doing what exactly, and even some example, as you can see down here. So this is a handy help tool, or you can use the manual, but this is actually, it's a huge file. You can type man and the command, and this will give you everything related to Nmap, but you know, it will take time to read all those. So I prefer to use --help. It will give you the information that you need. As you can see here, he already copy all the output in the victim, and you can type ls to see all the file, and the victim is there. And if you type cat, this is a browsing command, victim, you can, because definitely you need to save those output. It's not just checking the file, but you need to save the output for later on while you are planning for the attack.